What's good, YouTube? It's Nas and we back with another video. Road to 1,000 subscribers, of course. And today's video, we are less than 24 hours away from the NBA Finals. And now it's time to call it. Knicks versus Spurs, and how many games, in which a series has the chance to be one of the most exciting finals we've gotten in years, because last season, obviously, Pacers Thunder, we weren't expecting it to be as close as the Pacers made it, but obviously the basketball the Pacers played last season was magical. The year prior, Dallas Mavericks versus Celtics, I think we all knew the Celtics were going to win that series. And now looking at this series with the San Antonio Spurs, the red hot Knicks, and if you're going to be honest with you, it feels like people are overthinking this series. And I'm not going to act like the Knicks don't have a chance, because obviously the basketball that we have been watching this season, or from the playoffs, from the New York Knicks, has been amazing. And the way they have been playing basketball on both ends can't be ignored. But this San Antonio Spurs team that we all figure, or that we all talk about like the Western Conference Finals was just the finals, like this should be a cakewalk for the Spurs. And I'm not going to pick them as a cakewalk, because I want to see interesting games. I want to see this series go down to the wire. But I feel like it's all about, obviously, matchups. And when we talk about the Knicks and the Spurs, I'd rather say, if I was a Knicks fan, I would want the Knicks to play the Spurs if I was a Knicks fan, because I don't see, or I didn't see at the moment how the Thunder could match up, or the Knicks could match up with the Thunder. Right now, I can see how they match up with the Spurs, because in my opinion, the Knicks probably have the best 5 players, or in the top 5 ranking wise of the players of this series. It would probably go Wemby, Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns. This is where we get tricky. I would put OG, Castle, and then wait, hold on, I lost train of my thought. We're going Wemby, Jalen Brunson, Cat, OG, Castle, Harper, De'Aaron. That's where I would put the 7 rankings right now if I was talking about the individual players. But we know it's not about that. And systems matter, because when you look at the San Antonio Spurs system on offense, obviously it's a lot of drive and kick, and it's a lot of obviously throwing your 7'5" guy in motion. So obviously it's going to be hard to stop him on the offensive end when he's touching the rim. But when he has a shot going, when he's going in the mid-range area, when he's going in the three-point area, we obviously know how hard it's going to be stopped. We obviously know how hard it's going to be to stop him. And on the defensive side of the ball, which the Spurs have been playing amazing defense on the perimeter, and then obviously when their man gets by them, they leave it to the 7'5" guy to protect the paint, and usually you have to drive and kick out. And from the Knicks' point of things, their philosophy has been running the offense through Karl Anthony Towns this playoffs, and that has been working a lot. And this season, he's averaging a career high in the playoffs, or even regular season, 6 assists. So it should just show Karl Anthony Towns' playmaking and his availability too, because Cat is going to be the needle mover if the Knicks want to win this finals. There's no debating that whatsoever. Cat needs to be on the floor. He can't get in foul trouble. He has to play good offense and defense. He has to try to at least stop whoever he's guarding, whether it's, I don't think they're going to put him on Wemby, because obviously he doesn't have the mobility that Hartenstein had, and he doesn't have the physicality that Hartenstein had. But when you look on the defensive side this season, Cat has made strides protecting the rim, obviously against the smaller guards, and obviously exploiting matchups, because him and OG have turned into a pattern. And obviously when they're running through the offense throughout Karl Anthony Towns, they go to Jalen Brunson hero ball. And Jalen Brunson this playoffs has been amazing. He's been sensational. And against the Spurs this season, he's averaged 29 points and 6 assists. So obviously this is a matchup that Jalen Brunson loves to see. And when we're talking about Wemby, we see Wemby average 30.5 points per game, 14.5 rebounds. Obviously 2 players on the 2 best teams from the each conference, as we see, that are going to go toe to toe. And we all know that the Spurs are the powerhouse, but the Knicks being this huge underdog doesn't shock me at all. But they have a chance to make history, and if this is the year, if this is the year for New York to win a championship, now would be the time. And I know it's going to be a huge ask because this Spurs team is ready now. You look at the other guys on this team besides Wemby. You look at Devin Vassell, who obviously is getting a lot of credit now after his playoff run against the OKC Thunder. His defense on Chet Holmgren was great. You look at Dylan Harper, a rookie coming off the bench. Obviously, he had his low moments throughout last series, but he's been great. In the game one, he set the tone next to Wemby, so him having a big series will be huge. He's really the only one off the Spurs bench I really consider that can have a huge input. Like I told y'all in the previous Spurs videos, I do not believe at all in Keldon Johnson whatsoever. Hopefully Keldon could prove me wrong and have a good series, but I just don't believe in it. Luke Kornet is going to play spot minutes because I barely expect Wemby to be off the court for more than 4 minutes at a time before subbing or going right to the scorer's table. So you look at that, and then obviously their starters and Julian Champagnie, who obviously had a great game 7 to close the deal, 20 points, 6 threes. De'Aaron has to be on his game. It looked like he found some rhythm in the last game of the series. Hopefully he can return to being De'Aaron Fox because they're going to need him, even though with his playmaking, it helped take a burden when he came back from his injury. Take a burden off of Stephon Castle. Yes, the turnovers ended up coming back in Game 7, but when Castle is playing aggressive, when he's playing downhill, he doesn't have to worry about playmaking. That's when I feel like he's at his best, and Castle has been great this postseason despite all the turnover issues, besides all, obviously, the criticisms around his game. Castle has been averaging 19 points, 6.5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal. And his matchup, we all know, is going to be Jalen Brunson. And Stephon Castle has taken the matchup of Anthony Edwards, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Danny Avdija. Now you go against Jalen Brunson, who obviously, I feel like in the mid-range area, Jalen Brunson could possibly get to more of his spots because he's more grounded. That's how I feel that's how I feel about Jalen Brunson as a player. But when we get into the nitty and gritty, Castle has to be on to his game. And when we talk about the Knicks side of things, their role players, obviously, off their bench, Mitchell Robinson is going to have to be good. And he's only out there for rebounding and dunking. And it looks like he will play game 1 with his fractured finger, and he got that shit at home. No, we don't care about that. But Landry Shamet, he has to continue making shots off the bench. He has to be continuing to be good, and that's really it. Jose Alvarado, I don't expect him to have a big impact in his series. He's a small guard, and these San Antonio guards will exploit that. They will go to the rim, so you can't possibly put him out there. Jordan Clarkson, no. We're not going to do that. And obviously, when we're talking about their starters, Mikal Bridges has been great since he had 0 points in that playoff game against the Hawks, and he will need to step up good too. OG Anunoby, he's been great through these playoffs ever since he was trying to get his rhythm from obviously getting his hamstring injury, but when closing out the Cavs, he looked back to being himself. He looked like he was testing it out. He was dunking. He was jumping all over the place. So hopefully OG is good. I already talked about how good Cat needs to be. Jalen Brunson needs to exploit the mismatches he sees. Like, they will be trying to play through Julian Champagnie and the Spurs guards, and obviously some of their wing players in Devin Vassell or Keldon Johnson when they come in. They will be going at Jalen Brunson. So Jalen Brunson is going to have to guard. And that's the same shit I said before the Cavs series, but the Knicks managed to hide Jalen Brunson pretty well when they were playing the Cleveland Cavaliers. And now we get to the Spurs and the Knicks, and now it's time to make a final call. And it's time. I can't believe this is the end of the series. Like, I remember when I was back in my college recording these shits when it first were recording these videos when the season first started. But when you look at this series, right, like me as a New Yorker, I want to pick Knicks in 6. And fuck it, I'm still going to pick it. But I'm going to just give you my fan point of view, what I want to happen, pretty sure, because the Spurs will be back. The Knicks, I don't know, because the East is going to be a lot better next season. But as a fan, I do want to say Knicks in 6. But everything in my basketball brain, or me as a basketball fan from the last 20 years, is telling me to pick the Spurs in 6 or 5. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but Knicks in 6 would just be legendary for obvious reasons, of basketball reasons and non-basketball reasons. But y'all let me know, who do y'all got in game 1 of the NBA Finals? Call it now. The Knicks versus the Spurs. Subscribe.
What's good, y'all? If y'all made it to the end of this video, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And my last video is on your screen, and the channel icon's on your screen too, so click one of them if you want to continue watching my videos. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. It helps the algorithm push me out, and I appreciate y'all for watching this video nonetheless.